All right, welcome back to Happy Holidays with Zero Weight Gain. It's day 3 of 5 to change our approach to holiday eating, to empower you to have practical strategies and mindset shifts that support healthy eating throughout these next few months. In Slender for Good, we're all about sustainable, healthy weight loss results. And we found these kinds of lasting results, so we never have to diet again, come from consistently following truly healthy eating principles. Now, I have to say there's a catch here, which is that truly healthy eating principles are completely different from what we've learned in our society. They're completely different from our best guess guidelines that come from growing up in the current food environment, which I feel can be best described as deranged. I'm going to give 2 reminders of what makes our food environment deranged, because we can only really be healthy if we stand against our own food environment a bit, if we kind of push a lot of it to the side and just go straight down the middle with the truly healthy stuff. So one indication of this derangement is that 73% of our food now is highly processed, and only 27% of it is highly nutritious foods. This is depressing, right? And the effect it has on our bodies is pretty devastating. Like, we don't necessarily throw up or get a stomach ache or a headache right away. We don't die from eating this way right away. But the indications that it's bad for us, one is that 88% of us are metabolically ill. That is translating to damage to 8 different cellular metabolic processes. And what we start to observe might be gradual development of various chronic diseases of aging, like diabetes, heart disease, inflammatory conditions, gastrointestinal conditions like leaky gut, cancer, dementia, overweight, and obesity. So for most of us, the best way to change this is generally not going to be to have a surgery or take a pill or get a shot. The number one way to heal these metabolic processes and get them working in our favor is to discover what truly healthy eating actually is, specifically how it's different from what we've learned, and then find a way to fall in love with truly healthy eating, which we often find is not as hard as we thought it was going to be. And then we need to make it a happy habit. And that brings me back to, why would we talk about eating healthy during the holidays? You know, I just did like a 7-day ad, and one person responded with, ha, 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 ha. We're not going to even try to eat healthy over the holidays. And I understand that reaction. So we are looking at this differently. We're like, I want to be wiser than that. I've spent enough years with the, like, I'm going to indulge or I'm going to restrict kind of approach. I want to do something smarter than that and really get these happy habits going, right? So this is a major reason to continue healthy eating through the holidays, is so these habits just get really consistent and really easy. So we're not stopping and starting all the time. We're just deciding, I eat healthy every day, day in and day out, month after month, year after year, and it gets so easy. Like, this is just how I eat. So that's how we get the desired results that we want and keep them. It's a very rare outcome, right? Just getting these habits so consistent, they get effortless. So in these times, in our culture, in our environment, this takes a bit of warrior spirit. So we can win over holiday challenges by maintaining a commitment to healthy eating, being just how I eat, whether it's my birthday, it's a vacation, it's the weekend, it's a holiday. This is just how I eat every day. So as we head into holiday events, we have to know the default situation is overindulging in cravingful, highly processed, non-nutritious food-like substances, what I refer to as chip niffles now instead of treats. So it's been our habit to overindulge in those things at this time of year. It's what we've been conditioned to do in this culture. So if we're going to override all that conditioning and all that temptation and the social pressures, we can make it easier on ourselves by planning to succeed. So everyone I've seen succeed at this, hundreds and hundreds of people with truly healthy eating and getting to their goal weight and just living their slender for good, everyone I've seen succeed has discovered this and told me at some point, when I plan or prepare, I succeed. and when I don't succeed. So several Slender for Good mastery clients have faced situations like this in recent years where they feel pulled to eat what they used to eat whatever looks good, to eat what their mom made. It's so funny. I've been talking about Chex Mix this week. Last night, my brother and his wife called to ask me, how do you make the Chex Mix? And how do you make the chocolate scotcheroos, right? These things are not food, but we have so much emotional attachment to them. They feel really important. So how are we going to face these situations and succeed? And why? So when these guys stick with their truly healthy eating plan, they're really happy. They feel really clear and calm, as opposed to other people or how they used to feel kind of anxious and depressed from overindulging. They're having this energy that lasts through the day. They feel good throughout the day instead of having these zoomy kind of excited kinds of energy boosts and then these crashes, right? They tend to wake up feeling good instead of waking up feeling lousy. And they actually find they're better able to connect socially, connect with their loved ones, because emotionally they're just calmer. They also maintain their weight or even lose weight during the holidays when other people are gaining weight or are feeling bloated or both. So it's not actually hard to do this with a clear intention and a plan. So let's talk about, say you're going to a party or an event. So earlier in the week, we tried to identify some of the kinds of events that we worry are going to challenge us during the holidays. So imagine you're going to one of those that you realize it might really challenge your healthy eating intentions. What I recommend that you do is go with a clear intention. Here's my intention. I'm going to, for example, for me, I'm going to eat healthy foods. I'm going to eat highly nutritious foods in abundance, and I'm going to stay away from the chip niffles. We'll talk more about the how do I stay away from the chip niffles or how do I turn those down without feeling sad tomorrow. Today, I really want you to focus on how you're going to eat abundant, highly nutritious foods. This is one of the absolute foundational keys to success. Eat so much of that stuff, your body's happy, your stomach's happy, you're not hungry anymore, right? So you have to go with a clear intention for that and probably a specific plan. Like, here's what I'm going to eat and drink. Like, I know there's going to be this, that, and the other thing that are actually truly healthy, and I'm going to go fill my plate with those things, right? So here's how I'm going to fill up on those nutritious things. If it's your first time trying to maintain healthy eating around your family or your friends, you may even want to have a plan for what you're going to say about what you're doing. So one of the things that I have found is I don't want to draw a lot of attention to how I'm eating or not eating. I don't want to invite people to argue with me that it's a special occasion, therefore we don't have to eat healthy. I don't want all that. So I might say something really simple like, I'm on this health kick right now. I'm feeling really great. And I'm just doing this even on the holidays. I'm just doing this for a whole year. So to really kind of shut that down, then I'm going to change the subject. I haven't heard about your trip to Hawaii yet. Tell me about that. What was that like, right? So something simple that's positive, that doesn't invite argument and trying to convince me. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not eating those things right now. I feel so sad, because that's going to make people want to say, no, you can totally eat this. It's a special occasion. I'm going to go with a positive message and I'm going to change the subject. So I'll be interested to hear what you guys think about that. So remember, our focus is on eating abundant, highly nutritious foods more than what we're trying to resist or avoid, because that freaks our brain out. Our brain gets scared. What are you doing? We usually eat scotcheroos and Chex Mix at this time of year. We might die if our primitive brain really thinks like that. It seems like those things kept us alive. So keep doing what's kept you alive before. So our primitive brain doesn't know we could feel so much better and live such a better life by eating healthy every single meal. Our primitive brain just wants to keep our habits running. So don't freak it out with, I'm going to avoid the non-nutritious things. Start with, I'm going to eat so much of the nutritious things, I'm going to feel great. So, all right, plan for how you're going to eat abundant, highly nutritious foods leading up to that event. How will you fill up on those things? Will they have enough of that there for you to fill up on those things? Or will you be better off bringing some of those things with you? Like lots of times I like to say, I'm going to bring a salad. Is that okay? And then bring a giant salad, knowing I may eat half of that, but I also have something here to share. Or I might bring a tray of crudités. So there's a bunch of raw vegetables that I know I can fill up on. Or I might even decide to eat before I go, really fill up on nutritious foods before I go, so I don't get there hungry and anxious, right? It doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to feel like deprivation. So how can you feel really good about doing this? Maybe one thing I like to do is fill my plate with this colorful, real, nutritious foods and intentionally give a bit of gratitude for it, right? Feel like, wow, I'm fortunate to be able to eat these things. These things are going to feel so good to my body. And then notice, how does your body let you know that was good? That made me happy, right? And because you're not focusing on this, like worshiping these non-nutritious foods and drinks, you can focus on relating to the people. One of the strategies I took into the kinds of parties I was most nervous about, oh, how am I going to eat different from everyone else? I love those things. And plus, people are going to look at me weird. One of the things I started strategizing to do is be the person in the room who makes someone's day by listening to them so deeply. Oh, tell me about what's going on with work for you right now. Your work is so interesting. And then listen so deeply that you just make their day. They haven't felt listened to that way in a long time, right? So focusing on the people. So actions and reflections for today, my recommendation is identify one upcoming seasonal event, might be Halloween, that's tomorrow, that you anticipate will challenge your healthy eating. Plan for how you're going to eat abundant, highly nutritious foods leading up to the event, how you're going to fill up so you're not hungry and facing all these highly processed things that are non-nutritious that are tempting. Will you be better off taking something to share, filling up beforehand? And do you need a plan for what you're going to say? So tomorrow, let's talk about the next part of planning for success with healthy eating at holiday events. The first part is how are we going to fill up on highly nutritious foods? The second part is deciding how you want to handle the chip nipples that are there.